to tell you guys, happy 4th of July. Be safe. Don't indulge too much. Don't overindulge. And also, too, as well, we want good news to happen. So if you shooting fireworks, please be cautious of that. To me personally, just go to a fireworks show, and that will save you a lot of time. Now, if you're at the fireworks show, don't fight nobody. Don't pull out your weapons. Don't pull out your guns to get a parking spot. You guys remember that last year, right? Wilson pulled out his gun so he can get a parking spot. So let's not fight for a parking spot. But we going to start a fight out there on the field. We can do that. But just don't fight to get a parking spot. But happy 4th of July. And the reason why I put that image behind me or beside of me or whatever way it's located of me is because that's where we need to go. That's where we need to focus on. And if you don't have those rings, if your team don't have those rings, regardless of when and where and how you got those rings, if you don't have that amount of rings, then you can hush. So this day, I'm going to say only the Steelers and maybe the 49ers, you can bring them into the mix, and the Patriots can talk noise. But everybody else just hush. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm just going to give a quick notification of the first person who laid dirt up in the chat box. It was William Perez. He said second, but I don't count the other person because I don't see him. He got to make another move. But I'm gonna give it to you, Williams, and shout out to D Shep too as well, Junior, and yes, Wanth. I think 1100. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I know I'm already well off into the stream now. Pistol Pete, Damian Wilson. Yeah, man, he pulled out that yak. You know, he was trying to get that parking spot. And I know they're going to have a fireworks show somewhere down the line. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys this film on Cheeto Bay Awuzie. I love his film. I did a more in-depth study of him versus the Redskins. It's a real good film session. And thank you, everybody, man. Happy 4th of July. Let me see what we have here. Dial, shout out to you too as well. Belly, I'm not calling you Belly Irvin, but Belly, shout out to you. Mike Marto, always in the mix on the ones and twos. Who else we have? Nathan, yes, shout out to you and Young Wilson. And who else we got? A BLK, what's up? Happy 4th Nation. Shout out to everybody, man. Hey, we're going to get things going one way or another. Yeah, you guys say you can hear me. Yes, Callaway, the best way, always, every day, even twice on Sunday. The Callaway, all up in the mix. Josh Doxson, yeah. Yeah, I showed, I'm going to show that film. Oh, goodness, it's good. I can barely hear you. Q Mills, I don't know what's going on. It could be mono. And I want to do this too as well, since I have you guys. I really want to do just a test stream and see whether or not if this is the issue. Let's see, Advanced Studio. It might snap up everything. But let me know if you guys can hear me now, though, on both of your ears. You know, let me know if you can hear. If you got headphones on, let me know if you can hear me on your right ear, and let me know if you can hear me on your left ear too as well. You hear me fine. Independence Day. Loud and clear. Because this is the thing, the way I'm using this system, it don't tell me whether or not it's mono or is it not mono. So if anybody got headphones on, let me know whether or not you can hear me on the right ear and the left ear. Holla if you hear me. You are loud and clear, cherry. Clear as a cherry. Yeah, man, on both ears. That's what I'm talking about. So hopefully this will be the new setup. And when I play the background drop music, it will come through on both ears too as well. Let me see if I can play that. I didn't play this beat in a long time. Let's see if you guys can hear this. Let me see. So you guys can hear that. Good. That's good. That's always good stuff, man. All right, so now that I got that audio together, I appreciate it, man. Loud and clear. Look at that. Young Wilson in the mix, man. You set up it perfect. Yeah, I don't have nothing to talk about today. I just want to tell you guys happy 4th of July, Independence Day. And I just always try to, help a brother out. Each one teach one, the Chris Richard method. We love to hear no news is good news with Cowboys Nation. We always like to hear that. I do know that when I was talking about the other day, I do get some few, troll and some hate mail about the Reuben Foster. Look, this is the thing here. And can I be real or you guys want me to be PC? Let me know, because I can be real or I can be PC or I can be, thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. And today we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And man, I'm not that, but I can go that way if I want. Stay safe in the heat. Yeah, I'm going to stay safe in the heat, bruh. So let's talk. So, hey, we're going to talk. You don't have to put your kids away, but we're going to talk about this right here. I'm not wishing and hoping that suspension is across the board for everybody, the exact same thing, if it's something that they didn't do, right? But what I'm saying is, if a brother is doing something that's wrong and egregious, and he rightfully so did that, then Roger Goodell need to do his due just investigation. So I'm not out here trying to hate on Jameis Winston. I'm not out here trying to hate on Reuben Foster's of the worlds, the Aaron Jones, and whoever suspended. Shout out to Daniel Stevens. He said salute, man. Thank you for the donation to help grow the nation. I appreciate that, man. Every penny count, especially the $3 with it, man. So I appreciate that all together collectively. But what I want to talk about is this right here. And thank you, man. Just thank you, man. Deep down, y'all. Down in my heart. I really appreciate you. This is what I really want to say is that what we want as Cowboys fans, just as pure as anything else, as we want as Cowboys fans, is to see the same ladder of the law be extended from Roger Goodell through every other team. Not just us. We shouldn't be always, okay, we're going to put the pin to tail on the donkey with the Cowboys. And then on top of that, what I wish, what the CBA, the next CBA, because unfortunately this is not going to change, but I wish the CBA, collective bargain agreement, for those who don't know, I want this to happen. I want this union to stick together and say, okay, Roger Goodell, we'll give you some power, but not all power. And what we're going to do is we don't want you to be commander-in-chief of the police. What we want you to do is whatever rulings that the police officers set forth from the constitution of law or the max amount of ability that they have, meaning that if the DA prosecute this person, then they can't play football. If the DA or DEA, whoever, Tupac and Biggie, whatever the law says, that is the punishment which is going to be administered through the players. We want you to wash your hand clean. So with that being said, if I go to jail and I'm not able to report to work, then Lawrence C. Thomas is not going to be able to come to work. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm in jail. But if I get out of jail and I have time to put in my leave time or put away my stuff, then Lawrence Thomas can go right to work, right? That's my name. I can go to work. But if I'm still in jail, I can't go to work. So that should be the same ladder of law with the NFL. If John go to jail and he so happened to get out, and I do know that it kind of sounds crass, but whatever the rulings for, if he's not in jail on Sunday, just let the brother play. That's the bottom line. Because at the end of the day, there's so many rooms when you're talking about being the commander-in-chief, the jury, the executioner, whatever his power is of all authority, to say, okay, I'm now going to suspend Lawrence Thomas for 3 days, and then John Walker, whatever his name may be, he gets the same crime, and all of a sudden, because he's not in his feelings or he's not in his emotions, then John Walker get 1 day, or John Walker get a slap on the wrist. That's not how you run and operate the National Football League. Because at some point you're gonna find holes in so many cases. Whereas we as fans, we're not making $1 million. We're not getting out here buying the $300,000 cars and having a wreck in. We paying our hard-earned money to go to the games, because the games are not cheap. This apparel is not cheap, and even if you got to buy the NFL package, none of that stuff is cheap. So we want to pay for the product that we're paying for, but if we have a commissioner who's pretty much putting people, making his own rulings, making it goes as it plays, and then the Atlanta Falcons team do the same thing and they don't get hit for the same crime, it's just not fair. Now, we as fans, the Atlanta Falcons fans, like, okay, there's nothing wrong with Roger Goodell, but we as Cowboys fans, we saying, hey, that damn Roger Goodell need to go. So let's just let the law be the law, and let football players be football players, But shout out to Sand, the man 213 in the mix. Young Wilson Steele, he's saying, speak, my Cowboys family, NFL PA is not a union. It has little or no power against the NFL. The players need to have a circle of communications that's a real union. He's correct. Now, he's 300,000% correct, man. And I'm just bumped from 1,000 to 300,000. That's how much he's correct on. Because if you really want to have a union, if you want to have the people to speak for the voice of the voiceless, everybody have to pretty much be on one page. Everybody have to be beating from the same heartbeat, basically. And when you don't do that, when you, as a union, say to yourself, okay, we're happy that A player or B player got only 4-game suspension. And then again, another player that did the exact same thing, and he gets 10-game suspension. Just because the guy got 4-game suspension, you shouldn't be happy about that. You should still want to fight to say, okay, where can we have some type of middle ground on this play? Where can we represent everybody equally, so that everybody can have a voice to speak to, or a platform to where we can go to and see some type of consistency, So that's where the union should step up. The union should be right now saying, okay, I do understand this. Let me get back on the subject. This is what a union should say. They should demand the NFL to have an open statement saying that they apologize for suspending Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games. That's what the message should be. The message should be that the NFL should come out. Roger Goodell said, "Hey, after a long due process, we felt that at the time it was right to suspend Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games. However, after reviewing everything, we saw that the 6-game suspension was too harsh, or because there really wasn't no factual evidence that the lady or Ezekiel Elliott actually harmed the lady. But however, in the long term, this will help the NFL handle these type of situations. However, moving forward, we are now suspending Reuben Foster for 2 games for this alleged incident. Although the lady, quote unquote, said that she recanted her offer, or whatever it may be. Because at the end of the day, if she recanted her request, and then you have Greg Hardy, which the other lady did the exact same thing. And I know I can be speaking long-winded on this, and I'm not just trying to say that I don't have all the information, but it's similar. The lady didn't show up for a bench trial or what have you. They had end up North Carolina laws or rules and regulations. They threw it out, but they still suspended Greg Hardy for 10 games or something like that, commissioner's list. So there's no way where you can compare the two, because it's the exact same thing. Was there ever anyone arrested? Especially in the Ezekiel Elliott case, there was no one arrested. So how can we can just go back and forth, but neither here nor there. I just look it up. Just let me know down below. I really got to go. my wife came in. She's like, hey, got to get the barbecue going. So shout out to Belly Ninja Nuts. People like them can sue for defamation of character. Yeah, I don't know how long the process of statute of limitation is. I can look that up, but hopefully he's still in that realm. But Ezekiel Elliott's kind of like me, and kind of like you guys that's in the chat box, the hot box, the flame box. We just want to see some football, So if him dragging this thing out, you can only imagine if Ezekiel Elliott get a parking ticket, then they're gonna talk about, well, that's conduct unbecoming. Let's suspend him for another 3 games because he's fighting the NFL. So that's all the time I have for today. I really thank you guys for yours. I apologize for being all over the place. I'm not even ready to give a speech to you guys on this topics, but I just wanted to tell you guys what's freshly on my mind. Just keep in mind, for those who watch this show, like later on down the line, they say, hey, you messed up on this, you messed up on that. Hey, it's live like 95, I make a mistake. Nobody's perfect but the Lord, and that's just how it goes, So guys, just do me a favor, like this page, share this content, tell other people about the Dallas Cowboys, Law Nations, and also I'm on SoundCloud. So if you want to hear me and not see me, just go to SoundCloud. I'm there. I got most of my content is downloadable, so you can. Pretty much for those who are out there driving on the road, or you're in spots where you don't have internet, you can go to SoundCloud, download the content, and still listen to me. Or if you're on a plane, that's what I did. I listened to all you guys, like the My Cowboys family, also Mark Holmes, Joe Boo, Foots the King, Voch Lombardi. I listen to you guys when I'm flying around in the airplane. So, even listen to myself. So you always can just go to SoundCloud and download the content. And also check me out on Facebook and also Twitter, Twitch, and MySpace and Instagram. Not MySpace, but you guys know how I go. Killing them softly. What's up, man? Let's go ahead and jam out, man, to this 300 music. Let's get this thing going. And right. And remember, you guys are listening to nothing but the best. Salute. We're out. Peace.